Hello, I'm John Snipes, and this is my homework for week 1 in SCM 519, Analytical Decision Modeling. I selected problem 30 for this week. This problem is around the Sweet Tooth Candy Company and whether or not they want to purchase some, all, or none of their sugar in futures contracts or purchase it all in the future and leave it to chance what the market conditions will be. This was an interesting problem to tackle because I worked at a brewery, and a lot of our ingredients were sourced through futures contracts, and that was part of the decision making that was done there. I'm gonna go to my model now, and I have things that are in blue, and the things that I've colored in blue, those are all things that are given to us either through the problem statement or through a data table. And I tried to set this up so it's fairly modular. Initially it's for 10 pounds and it's for 10 tons and we're converting from pounds because that's our price. But maybe in the future they're going to go to metric and they need metric tons and kilograms. So that can easily be converted. They may have a need for 20 tons in the future, and then in that case they would buy 10 and have another option for 10. Or maybe they can't get 5 for their first 6 months. Maybe they can only get 3. Again, try to make it so it's fairly modular. We had to figure out what the EMV was going to be if they purchased 5 tons or 10 tons in the future. So that was done just through simple sum product over here. And because it's only one decision point, this was actually pretty easy to just model out in a table rather than doing the precision tree, which is what I did here. But obviously, the point of the homework is to do the precision model, so we did it that way. So here's my precision model, and as you can see, there's just one point, and you're choosing from 3 options. The first option is no sugar futures. The other option is to purchase half of your sugar futures. And then the final option that you can choose from is to purchase all of your sugar futures. The most expensive option initially is to just purchase no sugar futures. Again, this is just going to boil down to what's the expected value in the future if you purchase all your sugar at once 6 months down the line. The other option is to purchase half your sugar futures. So you're purchasing 5 tons of sugar futures, and then you're leaving it to market chance what the price of sugar will be in 6 months and purchasing your sugar then. And then the final option, which ends up being the least expensive option, is to purchase sugar futures. Purchase all of your sugar at one price that's known rather than waiting for market chance. It did sensitivity analysis, and this is a pretty good graph to start with, this tornado, because you can clearly see that the sugar future prices, if we change that has the biggest effect on the output compared to the other 2 variables. The 10-ton transaction fee has a very limited effect on the price, and then the 5-ton transaction fee has no effect. That ends up being an option that's just never used. The purchase half for the values that we have ends up not being an attractive option. So it really, depending on how sugar futures prices changes, you're either going to purchase everything up front or nothing up front. And you can clearly see that in the sensitivity for the price of sugar, that it levels off right here, and that's where it's going to change to purchase everything in the future rather than having sugar futures purchased. And then here's the 10-ton transaction fee. It's got a pretty linear effect overall. And then the last one is the 5-ton transaction fee, which again, because that is never used in this model, it has no effect on the price, so it stays relatively flat. Thank you very much for taking the time to watch my presentation.